Hi guys, welcome to my channel Creatively Expressive. My name is Amy and today is my first Christmas DIYs video for 2023. It's also the first of a series of 3 upcoming videos that I have for you featuring snowman DIYs, and I think I came up with some super cute ideas for you guys, so I hope you'll stick around. Now without any further ado, let's get started. For the first project, I will be using this fall metal pail that I got from the Dollar Tree and this round wooden plaque that I got from Walmart for $1. I traced the pail onto a piece of felt 3 times and then I cut out those 3 circles, but I only end up needing 2 of the circles for this project. The bottom of the pail has a raised lip on it, and I want to fill up that empty space, so I hot glue those 2 circles of felt to the bottom of the pail. Then I am going to center and trace the pail onto the round wood plaque. Now I know where to put my glue so that I can hot glue the pail to the wooden plaque. Filling up the empty space on the pail with the felt made it so that I had more surface area for the glue to adhere the pail to the plaque. Now I'm going to fill up the pail with some grocery bags, and then I will cover the top of the pail with some painter's tape. Then I flip the pail upside down and use an X-Acto knife to cut off the excess tape around the top of the pail. Now that I have the inside of the pail protected, I am going to take this outside and paint it with some black matte spray paint. And just a little FYI, be careful to make sure you don't have any hot glue strands sticking to your pail before painting. Mine did, and I didn't realize it until after painting, but fortunately they were on the back side of the pail. Can you tell what we're making yet? If you thought snowman hat, you're right. Now I'm taking some styrofoam balls in 3 different sizes that I got from the Dollar Tree, and I will be covering them with this chunky minky yarn that I got at Walmart. To do this, I am using a low temperature hot glue gun. I start by putting a small amount of hot glue on the ball and then sticking the end of the yarn to the hot glue. And I am using this rubber tip brush that I got from Amazon to push the yarn into the hot glue. Then I start adding glue around that end piece of yarn, going in a spiral and sticking the yarn into the hot glue as I go. Oh, and just another little FYI, I was recently at Dollar Tree and they are selling ornaments this year that look just like these yarn-covered balls will look once I am finished. The ones at Dollar Tree look about the same size as the middle-sized balls that I am using. So if you want to save yourself this step, you could just buy the ones at the Dollar Tree. But anyways, I'm just going to keep adding glue and sticking the yarn down until the entire ball is covered in yarn. When I get to the other side of the ball, I will just cut the yarn and then just push that new end down into the hot glue. And I ended up making 2 of the larger balls, 3 of the mid-sized balls, and 2 of the smallest balls for this project. Now I'm going to be decorating the hat. I'm using this value ribbon that I got for 50% off from Hobby Lobby, this greenery that I pulled off of one of these ornaments from the Dollar Tree, these berries that I got from Dollar Tree, and these 2 small pine cones that I pulled off of another Christmas decoration that I already had on hand. I'm going to wrap the ribbon around the bottom of the hat and hot glue the ends to the back. I have 4 little pieces of this Christmas tree greenery, and I am going to glue 2 right on top of each other, going in one direction on the hat, and then 2 more stacked on top of each other, going in the opposite direction of the first 2. The berries come in little bunches of 3, and I am taking one of them and folding the wires in half to make them shorter, and then just twisting the wires together. Then I hot glue the twisted wires to the hat in between the 2 sections of greenery. Now I am gluing on the little pine cones. Then I decided I wanted a couple more berries, so I cut 2 off of their wires and I hot glue them to the hat on either side of the berries that are already on the hat. At this point you could be done, but I thought it looked a little plain, so I decided to make my snowballs into snowman heads. I drew and cut out a carrot shape onto a piece of paper, and I am using it as a template to cut out the shape from orange felt. After cutting 2 at this size for the larger 2 balls, I make the template a bit smaller, and then I cut out 3 smaller carrot shapes. And I will just be making the bigger and the mid-sized snowballs into snowman and leaving the smallest snowballs plain. Now I am cutting out some circular shapes from black felt for the eyes. I am not worried about them being perfectly round because I figured if you're making a real snowman and using rocks or coal, they wouldn't be perfectly round either. And now that I have the eyes and noses cut out, I am going to hot glue them onto the snowballs. For the mouth, I am using these black beads that I got years ago from Walmart. I'm using a low temperature hot glue gun and just adding a tiny bit of glue to the beads and then sticking them onto the snowballs below the nose in the shape of a smile. Then I wanted to give the snowman little rosy cheeks, so I borrowed my son's chalk. I take the cotton swab and rub it over the chalk and then brush it onto the balls in a circular shape. I wanted to add a little more detail to the eyes and the noses, so for the eyes I am dipping the end of the handle of a paintbrush into white chalk paint and then pressing it onto the eyes. For the noses, I am using some cinnamon colored paint and a small paintbrush to outline the carrots. I also add a few random lines pointing up and down to look like the bends on a carrot. Once the paint is dry, I will fill the hat with the snowman heads and this project is complete. What do you guys think? I just love the way that this one turned out. For the second project, I will be using this wooden plaque that I got from Amazon. I'm using the paint color Elephant Gray and adding some water to it to create a faux gray wood stain. Then I just paint the watered down paint over the entire plaque and it gives me a beautiful stain effect. I love how the plaque is now gray, but you can still see that beautiful wood grain. Then I purchased a Frosty SVG off of Etsy, and then I altered it to fit onto my plaque. After altering it, I cut it out with my Cameo 4 on Stencil Vinyl. Then I used parchment paper and transfer tape to center and adhere the stencil to the plaque. After removing the transfer tape, my stencil had some bubbles on it, so I just put the parchment paper on top of it and then smoothed out the bubbles. Now I'm using a sponge stencil brush to paint white chalk paint over the stencil. To minimize any bleed through, I'm stippling on the paint by pouncing my brush over the stencil in an up and downward motion. When the paint is dry, I will peel away the stencil. At this point, the sign could be finished, but I wanted to add a bit of distressing to mine. So I'm taking that elephant gray paint and dry brushing just a tiny bit over the wording on the sign. This will make the white paint look like it has worn away a bit. Then finally, I'm going to dry brush over the entire sign with white chalk paint. And once I have done that, this project is complete. And that's it for this video. Be sure to stay tuned because I have some more adorable snowman DIYs coming out soon, and you are definitely not going to want to miss the next one. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I hope it's inspired you. If you did enjoy the DIYs that I've shared with you today, then please show me some love by subscribing to my channel if you haven't already, giving me a thumbs up, commenting, or even sharing this video with anyone that you think might enjoy it. And I hope you guys have a great day and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!